Hello everyone. Today what I want to do is give a tutorial on the GelData framework. I guess would be a good way to call it. It's built on top of Postgres. Effectively what it is it tries to make Postgres easier to work with, and you can interact with it with a bunch of libraries. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the docs and go to installation. So depending on your operating system, you'll just have to pick the script. So right now I'm running on Windows, so I will copy this, and I've already got it installed, so and we'll just let this run. Okay, so I downloaded it. It shouldn't be different than what I've got. Also, this might be affected by your path variables, so just be aware of that if you don't get gel right away. Okay, so I've got gel. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a directory. I'll call this YouTube tutorial. And I'm going to open it. And I'm going to say gel project init. So it's doing a whole bunch of magic. So it's installing Postgres and doing all this magic stuff. It might take a little bit on the first run. I think for everything else it should be quick. Okay, so now that I've got that, I'm going to open this in VS Code. Obviously you can use whatever text editor you like. So let me slide this over here. Okay, so just to kind of walk through what we've got. So the gel toml file, so this is the server version that we're working with, so 7.1. And we've got gel local, so this is a whole bunch of custom parameters. We're not going to get into that. I really don't even need to touch this when I'm running this stuff in production. And then we've got default gel. And also we've got some extensions, but we won't cover that. So the default module. So this is where we're going to put our schema. So we're going to create one of the simplest things I can think of. We're just going to say type person. We're going to say required name, and that's a string, and then we'll say required age is int 32. All right. So to get this started, I just open a terminal. So I've got this, and I'm in my directory. So I say gel migration create. Okay, and it created the migration, so we're just going to apply this to our blank database, and let's say gel migrate. And it's applied. Alright, so now let's actually explore in the shell. So I just type gel, and it'll say what the database you're in, and it will also say which branch you are. Again, I don't really mess with branches a whole lot. I usually stay on the main branch. So we'll say select person. We don't have to say select star from person. That's the SQL basic. So this is gel. Gel just says select person. Okay. So right now we don't have anything in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to put me in there. So what we're going to do is say insert person. And then we're going to go name Charles, age 31. Okay, so now that I've got that inserted, it always returns back an ID. So if I say select person, so by default it just comes back with the ID in the record. It doesn't come back with the data. If I want everything, I can say select person star, and that'll give me the data. Or if I want to select certain fields, I can say select person name. All right. So now that we've got that, the next thing that I want to do is I will add in a field here. And I'll say required job, and I'll make this a string. And I'll quit out of this. So now I'll say gel migration create. And then here it's going to ask, so confirm the prompt, alter type person, create required property, job, standard string, and I'll say yes. So now I have to give it what's called a fill expression, meaning I'm adding a field. There's no nulls allowed in this world of gel. So the expression, if I remember correctly, it goes like this. So empty string. So now, got that. And now I can say gel migrate. One of the themes of gel is there's no nulls anywhere because nulls kind of complicate queries, so they just kind of banned it. So be aware of that when you're using this. So now if I go in and I say gel and I say select person star, so now I got the ID, age, name, and job. If I want to do an update, I'll say update person. And then it goes update person filter. And I'll say dot name. So emphasis on the dot equals Charles. Set job engineer. I should be able to spell this. And then we do select person again. And it updated. Okay. Alright, so that's where I'll just call it for now. With the next tutorial, we'll get into maybe some more keywords, and then we'll develop the schema out a little bit more, maybe adding some indexes, stuff like that. But until then, thank you. If you have any particular lessons you'd like to learn, just drop it in the comments, and I'm happy to take a look. Thank you.